Good morning, everybody. First of all, we are very glad that we are able to join you folks this morning at the 2017 Esri Singapore User Conference. And many thanks to Thomas for this kind invitation. SLA is deeply honored to be part of this event. Now, take a look at this picture. What is it? Balloons, balls? All right, it'll be something related to what I'm going to say later, and I'll give you the answer at the end of the presentation. Geospatial information science and technology is often recognized as a key enabler that supports the evidence-based decision-making for operations and management, also in the area of public service delivery. There is a lot of potential for growth in the industry. The recognition is largely driven by the value proposition in enabling decision makers to make sense of large amount of data that is collected, either voluntarily or involuntarily. Now, this ability to organize the large and disparate data sets together, based on a common location, as what Dr. Aman has presented this morning, is a very tremendous tool in solving many decision-making and operations issues. You can use it to overlay and interconnect and analyze data from different domains, diverse data groups. The importance of the geospatial is also largely recognized by the UN as a strategic capability that is needed for national and sustainable development. And in Singapore, it is also gaining traction locally. The growth of 8 to 17% from 2016 to 2023, and for the geospatial analytics, a growth of 17%. Now, this signifies a growing trend, and it also represents big untapped potential in the geospatial industry. Geospatial information science and technology is widely applied in many areas: the urban and infrastructure planning, land and asset management, defense and security, transport, environmental management, etc. Now, we observe a positive shift from the planning organizations to the social, economic, and health sectors. Large amount of data collected and the need to meet customer needs creates a paradigm shift, a shift where we are no longer solely used just for mapping and visualization, but also in deriving insights through integration and analysis of data from diverse sources. Now, this transforms the way we make decisions and the way we do business. The visualization of data on a map allows decision makers to see and understand the data in simple, effective ways. Through overlaying of data set and application of geostatistical tools, proximity and network analysis, modeling, insights are derived. Now, this helps decision makers understand how variables after policy options through sensitivity and impact analysis. Now, for example, in the San Diego County, the residents use network analysis to review the trends in transit travel. In the area of logistics, transportation fuel, the maintenance, drive time, all these make up a large part of the logistic cost. And in order to optimize efficiency, you need to take into consideration historical data, mode of transport, and delivery time and shift hours. By integrating this into the analytical tools, the logistic companies are able to generate scenarios for determining the optimal routes and therefore gain cost savings. Now, there are many other examples. Starbucks makes use of the spatial analysis to define where they want to situate their stores and outlets so that they do not cannibalize their own sales. Similarly, non-profit organizations make use of the analytics to plan and communicate their services to their communities. Now, healthcare organizations also improve the public health pattern by analyzing the fitness data of individuals and suggesting improvements to their individual's lifestyle. This increasing trends illustrates the shift to this new paradigm, and in Singapore, we too need to move from the traditional use of geospatial towards smart geospatial ecosystem where everyone uses spatial analytics for decision making. Public agencies in the application of geospatial analytics to support the Singapore Smart Nation initiative. Smart Nation is one where people are empowered by both technology and information to lead meaningful and fulfilled lives. By sharing and using spatial data, citizens are situation aware and are able to make informed decisions. For example, the use of location data in apps to decide on transport routing. This collectively provides insights. In our Singapore government, the public agencies are also active in applying geospatial and analytics for resource planning and operations. We have collaborated with about 40 agencies to carry out GeoAnalytics projects. And for example, the siting of new library locations, analysis of optimal AED locations. We have also established a Geospatial Center of Excellence with the support of the Public Service Division and the Ministry of Finance, which aims to help agencies in analytics through coaching, training, manpower resource, and certification. And this is done in collaboration with the academia as well as the industry. The effective use of geospatial analytics requires extensive training. The sophisticated tools that is placed in the hands of a new user may be counterproductive. Therefore, towards this end, we need to build the spatial literacy rates, and we need to build this into the local education system. And in so doing, create an easy tool where everybody is able to use it. SLA is also working with Esri, or has worked with Esri, to put in place the so-called GeoAnalytics suite, which is focused on providing the GeoAnalytics service to our public sector officers on GeoSpace. GeoSpace is our internal platform where public sector employees are able to get data as well as have access to these geospatial analytics tools. Now, some of the functions there include a map gallery to be able to view data sets at a glance. We're able to explore demographics, boundaries, places within a single platform. And it also provides guided templates for the public sector users to be able to assess and determine the best visualization tool to apply. And this enhances analysis by running the appropriate tools. Now, this wave of self-service analytics is made possible through GeoSpace that will facilitate the access to the public sector employers to explore the geospatial data as well as the non-geospatial data easily. The analytics is more than just generating dots on a map. It provides the customizable tools to perform analysis. And by allowing the sharing of analytic workflow, it facilitates the greater and smarter collaboration among public sector employees. More importantly, the suite will also widen the pool of spatial literates, and this is done by exposing users to spatial thinking, making spatial analysis efficient, informative, and accessible for data exploration. Now that you recall what I've showed you earlier, looking like balls and balloons, there is actually substantial amount of geospatial information. In fact, this actually talks about the drinking culture in Japan. Okay, we may want to then use the tools to analyze what is this drinking culture in Singapore, perhaps in Ang Mo Kio or Bedok, and what is tiger consumed more in these places or not. All right. Now we hope to be able to use the Geospatial Analytics suite to enable more analysis and representation of spatial information by our colleagues, as it provides many opportunities in solving operations problem as well as decision making. So in conclusion, I would like to congratulate Esri for its substantive program that is put in place today. It is a forward-looking conference, and this conference has grown to be one of the key conferences that is attended here and where networks are formed at this place. There are many opportunities for all of us to work together, especially on spatial analysis, analytics, and growing the local spatial literacy rate. I'll just conclude by 2 remarks. First, let us keep innovating. Geospatial analytics should not be just a highly specialized field that is confined to the experts. We must remember, and that it is our dream, that it must become a must-have for everybody, just like Word or spreadsheet, which is common knowledge to all of us. With this, thank you.